Welcome back to the show. Get ripped or die trying. A lot of cameras to look at, a lot of muscles to look at. Dude, you look great.
Bulking, baby. Bulking season is back. You look good.
We had producer Mike move the lights up so there'd be more shadows.
Mike's looking good, too. The whole crew's looking good.
So, yeah, I feel good. I'm looking good. You're looking good. We're ready to fucking here. We're just jacked up. Honestly, I love lifting. I'm on that Mike Menster shit. I'm on that.
Now, do you feel like you're going to your absolute failure on the first set? I know you're saying that it slows down, but like, how drained do you feel after like your chest pump? Like, are you giving it everything? Are you leaving everything on the floor?
On the, I'll tell you what. Today on the what I call the Batwing pull down, I almost threw up.
Wow,
Felt fantastic.
How many reps?
I did 6 at 275.
Jesus.
And then I did like I did 2 sets. And then I did 8 at 253. And then I benched, and I had this guy help spot me with 110s, like flat bench. So first I roll up and I almost missed the bench. And then I'm like, dude, all I need you to do is help me get the first one up. So what he does is he just like Reiki massages me. No, he's a little guy, but he's like he was ripped.
Okay.
So instead of helping me like wrist or elbow to get the first one up, he just like massages my aura. And then after I do a couple reps, when I don't need help, then he's like tapping the elbows. And I'm like, no. Because I actually, once I get it up, I look like I'm going to not be able to do it. I'm like,
yeah.
And then I get it up once and I'm like, I rep it out for like 10.
They have like some sort of bar attachment, that it's a delivery system for the dumbbells, which I think is the greatest gym invention of all the gym accessories. Yeah. This thing is like real genius because nobody's strong enough in here to position it, but a lot of people are strong enough right here. Yeah,
they only have that in like Gold's Gym or wherever all these porn stars work out.
Oh, bro,
they don't have it in my gym.
I'm really stressed out about moving, and like I want to be a member of a nice gym and be in like dominate and go in there. I'm not gonna have time.
Oh, I was just saying the area you're moving to, you're gonna be working out with thugs. gonna be like prison in there. You'd be like, I gotta get this up quick before somebody kills me.
There is a gym in Maplewood that has all these IFBB pros, and it's just like strong ass thugs. I kind of want to go there.
You should go there.
$25 a month.
Nobody would fuck with you. You look insane. You look like a guy who's killed before. So
I think it could be kind of tight, but I just don't see myself getting up at 4 to drive to the gym, then drive back to take a jitney into the city to work. Like, this podcast has to succeed so that I can work
quit
out.
The day job.
That would be season 3, is me working out at the gym with IFBB pros and doing trend and getting fucking crazy jacked. I would do it.
Yeah, I mean, season 3, you're doing steroids for sure. Yeah. Like, I'm down for that. I'm excited. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm excited because we've been posting the videos of, what we're calling season 1, just the original one. Yeah. I know I look better than I looked then. And that has remotivated me to commit again.
What's been going on?
I'm on that fucking pound of beef diet, dude.
With your Trader Joe's rolls,
Trader Joe's rolls. High protein. I think I'm doing well. Did I drink twice this weekend? Yes. I tried your method. Let me get a cocktail.
Let me have another
martini. Nice. Another one. Nice. Negroni. Real nice. Then I did. Alyssa's gonna. We could talk to her when she gets here. But women be talking. Mike, you ever seen that?
Yeah.
So like, okay, ready to go, and then it's another 20 minutes. So I have a new trick.
3 more drinks.
Exactly. I got a whiskey with an ice cube just to like fill that time of the Italian goodbye. So of course, because I got that drink, she's like, what? We're leaving. And like stands right up. There's no extended goodbye or anything. But I had 4 drinks Friday, 4 cocktails, and then I had
wedding weekend. What's the occasion?
No, that was just
hanging out,
celebrating life. Well, I did get the ESPN deal.
Okay.
So I got
moved
moved
up. Did you go out to dinner? Like, where are you? Yeah. Congrats.
So celebrate life. But God damn it, I know this whole podcast is me going, I drank again. It felt like bad, but
who cares?
So you're saying this whole podcast is just everyone else is experiencing the same thing as you?
Are you experiencing the same thing, Mike?
Constantly. I walked in here and Will asked, how you doing? I was like, my throat feels like I ate a cigar because I got too drunk on Saturday around a campfire and I sucked in smoke for 3 hours.
So fun, though.
Too drunk to realize that it was, and I thought I had COVID when I got back home. I went to the doctor. They were like, yeah, you sat in front of a campfire, you moron. And then I showed my doctor a thing on my face and I said, what's that? She goes, oh, you should go see the doctor. I was like, did I walk into a Chipotle?
Well, you should see a real doctor.
Yeah, gotta stop going to these clinics, bud.
I went to the doctor for a fatty lump on my neck, my lipoma, and I
think it's called a brain doctor.
This bitch had no bedside manner.
What'd you say?
I was like, yeah, they said it's not related to my slip disc, but I really think it is because when I move it around, stuff tingles
moves?
and stuff. Oh yeah, you can wiggle it around. It's nasty. And she goes, it's not related. Anyway, just no bedside manner. I was like, all right, you're one of the least friendly people I ever met, but slices fat out of my neck. So.
I kind of like that out of a doctor. I like,
Do you?
I don't just fucking tell me what it is. Don't beat around the bush. Be direct.
Tell the people about my cold remedy where I got you to beat COVID, basically, and beat a cold. I had a cold last week. I beat it in 2 days with my remedy.
Well, this you came in here last week and you were mad sniffly. We did the pod. And then I was telling Mike the next day at 1:30 p.m., I was drinking a sip of Diet Coke and I could feel it immediately. I was just like, oh, it's happening. So I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. If I have COVID, I'm fucking terrified. I text Noah because I'm like, yo, do you have COVID or do you have a cold? And you're like, head cold. Go get Zcam, eat some soup with ginger.
Yep.
And what else? Zinc. And you'll blast it out right away. So I did everything that you said. And the next day I felt bad, but no cough.
Yeah.
And then the day after that, it was gone. So I give you credit. You got me sick and you took it away. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Here's what you do, okay? I'm going to make it a little more succinct for is it that camera on?
Sure.
We're going to clip this shit. This is, okay. How do you beat a common cold? Zicam, zinc, Asian soups, ginger, and OJ. 2 days it'll be cured. I promise you. I beat that shit with pure force of will and all that stuff. It costs about $75, but
No, it wasn't that bad.
How much soup did you buy?
the way I do it, I do 2 takeout soups, a gallon of OJ. The Zicam costs you. I mean, that's a good sponsor for us.
It's a good, but there's a lot in that bottle.
Yeah.
My soup, I made my soup and it cost me like $15 and it was 8 servings. Come on, you can't beat that.
Pretty good.
It was good, man. I don't agree with the OJ thing. Can I tell you that? My dad always drank OJ to cure himself, and it never worked, and I always think it made him sicker.
No, it works. I had like a gallon in a night.
Dude, what are you weighing in at? Because if you had a gallon of OJ and you boozed, you got to be...
279, dude. 279.
Was there champagne in that OJ?
Shredded.
How to get rid of a cold. Brunch. Soup and OJ.
I used to do that, though, when you get a little sick and you go, I'm just going to drink through this. And you would kill it with pure drinking. Just be like, not today. Whiskey it.
Alcohol kills germs. I buy that. I buy that.
So today when our guest gets here, the lovely Alyssa Wolff, my wife.
My wife.
Always funny. It just always works.
Not funny.
What I want to do is reset. I'm having a baby daughter.
Yes.
Baby girl Lisa, as we call her. I don't know if you guys watch 90 Day, but baby girl Lisa. I have to make I got to make our plan for my next 3 months, what I call the dark period of new baby. In short, I'm going to do calorie limit, protein, Menser lifting.
Do you think you're actually going to have time to lift? I think that we can do things
25 minutes.
25 minutes.
That's what Menser did.
Okay, I believe it. But it's hard. I mean, because it was hard the first time with Henry.
Yeah.
But now it's double.
No, here's the thing. Henry could raise himself by now. He's 2.5. He's lifting himself. But, we got the nanny this time. We got help. But I think that I had no plan then. So if I commit to literally once or twice a week, 25 minutes, then I can
maintenance
maintain.
volume. So you will maintain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that works.
Yeah.
Maintenance volume. I I would either eat at a slight deficit or maintenance calories.
Yeah.
And just focus on, okay, I'm going to be in that 277 to 281 handle.
No.
Because
lower.
again, no.
Lower. Lower.
Bro.
Lower.
You're going to have to chill because you got to give yourself space. You're not going to be sleeping.
Yeah.
And we want to be the recovery king.
That's true.
If we're going to lose any weight, we're going mad gentle. We're going to just pet it. We're going to caress it. We're going to be nice to ourselves, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then when you're getting like gifts and housewarming and baby, all that shit, you're just going to chill. You're going to like eat responsibly. Banana pudding here, whatever. No big deal, right? Because then we got the holidays coming up.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about American weight gain is that most of it is in November, December, and January.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Wow.
So everybody actually gains weight in the holidays and then just maintains that for the rest of the year. And then the next year gains a little bit more weight, maintains that. And that's how you get fatter and fatter in middle age. So if we can just like not do what everybody else does, but maintain weight and not gain weight over the holidays, fucking resounding success.
Well, the other thing is we're headed into basketball season, travel season.
It's the scariest time of the year for me.
And, and literally, like, I remember just like year one, at one point I was doing keto, right?
Oh, God.
I remember ordering a salad with ranch and 2 orders of buffalo wings was my, like, I'm on a diet meal. Because I was like hypnotized, like, fat is good, carbs are bad. As long as if I have 100 wings, so this year it's going to be different. I'm not going to gain any weight. I'm going to do the local workout. Oh, by the way, one of our fans of the pod, shout out, Henry Briscoe, is the strength coach of Kent State University. He's like a diehard.
Oh, hell yeah.
Likes all our stuff. He's already jacked, but he's getting back in shape. He's posting some great stuff.
Hell yeah.
So I was even thinking, like, when I go to like hang with the team, if I'm on their campus, I'll just hit up the strength coach and be like, can I like lift real quick?
I get to bust out a lift in a college facility.
Mike, content. How are you doing mentally with our pod?
I'm good. We've got a new strategy. We're getting results.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. I still have the like, I'm like 80% stoked. And then 20% of the time I have the like,
Impending doom.
What are you doing? Go to business school. Like, what are you doing?
Well, I
have that voice that's not nice to myself.
Well, and it'll never go away. We'll just make it quieter. But like, you're more open to like experimenting and not like sending me texts like, "Oh, this is fucking stupid." Like it all fucking sucks.
Did I do that? Did I do that?
I can feel like the vibe when you're bummed out. You're just like, I don't know. But like we're getting better. We're gonna make it work.
Well, you know what else, and I'll bring producer Mike in on this, but when you start attacking clips online, and you start watching all your stuff, including all your stand-up, sometimes I go, that's it. I had a tape that was like 30 minutes, and I was like, this is really good, and it is good. But then you go to clip the clip up, and you're like, does that joke even have an ending or a punchline? Like, do you know what I mean? And you go, and that's all of it, you know?
Well, that's like, but there's so many comedians that you get the vibe when you're in the room, and then you see their special on TV, and it doesn't translate. And it's the same thing. Vice
People
versa.
who kill.
People who crush in the room and they don't translate to clips. They don't translate to any sort of filmed thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen that 1,000 times. That comedy's a motherfucker, man.
I know.
And there's some people who I've seen, I was in the room for their special, didn't go over well, and then their clips are huge.
Blown up.
Yeah. Vice versa.
Name names.
Never.
I've ruined, 2 comedy albums with my loud laugh. I mean, I probably helped it, but yeah.
I mean, I've ruined everything with my laugh. It's my signature.
Oh, dude. Did I tell the high story? High joke? Yeah, I did that high show. The producer has a horrible, like, worse than your laugh. Like, when you're really going, it's brutal. It was full on goat laughs. And then halfway through, like, I could tell the whole audience is, like, looking back. And I'm like, I know it's a weird laugh, but they run the show. They booked me. What am I going to do? Make fun of them? What am I going to do? They gave me the stage time. And then they all, were like, oh, okay, you hear it too. Like, it's okay.
I had to comment on the room. The greatest laugh in the history of comedy is another Jack dude. Shout out Billy Princell. Billy
Whoa,
Pritzella, the greatest laugh in the history of the.
Yeah, no.
Sorry for my laugh, bro.
Oh, nice. We're gonna
love
get him. We should get him on. He's
We
got a
should get him
fantastic
on.
body, and
He knows what he's talking about.
I used to just go up to him at mics or shows, and I'd be like, "Anyway, I just did incline bench, flat bench."
He's immediately
flat
into
pull-up.
it.
He's like, "Nice." And I always will wonder if he actually liked hearing that
No,
stuff.
he actually
I
likes
think
hearing
he
that.
does. Yeah,
Dude.
the personal trainer.
I love being the source for people to reach out to. Like I'm kind of living my dream. A bunch of middle-aged men are reaching out.
More people?
Yeah.
Since the pod launched?
Yeah. Asking me like about
Comics.
lifting. Comics, non-comedy people that are following me from the old pod, like they
Hell
want to
yeah.
work out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's big
And
news.
I extend that offer to everybody. Reach out to me. I might not be there for you, but we can talk about what you want to do. And then, if you want to work with me, great. If not, I'll point you in the right direction.
This is Patreon stuff, man. You
Patreon,
be
baby.
making bank, dude.
Nah, I don't. I mean, I want to take on the things that I think that I can genuinely help out with. And a lot of people, there's a lot of other shit that works. So it's all about finding the thing that's right for the people.
We are going to be posting some of your recipes that you did into the
For sure.
Ripped or Die Trying YouTube.
For sure.
And I'm probably going to come film you working out naked. Take it off, baby.
5:30 a.m., baby.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're not going to do the shoot then. Do a little bit later than that. But
I have a gym, and I haven't told this story. I have a gym enemy. This is like
okay.
crazy. Okay. So at my gym, there's one squat rack, right? And it's where all of the plates are housed, right? So there's a Smith machine rack and the squat rack. Most people keep the plates on the squat machine rack because the Smith machine is tucked away. There's a guy there. He's doing squats, and he has a little yoga mat to the side, and he's doing some sort of like CrossFit style, like supersetting V sit-ups with 225 squats, very slow.
On the
right?
rack, not on the Smith machine.
On the rack.
Okay.
All right. And I am coming in on my last set. I was going to do some upright rows.
Yeah.
And I need 245s. And I don't see them anywhere. They're not on the bench. They're not by the Smith machine. The only 45s that I see are by the squat rack.
Yeah.
So being a gentleman, I wait for the guy to finish his squat. Right? And he's resting. I don't want to like barge in there and take the weights while he's mid-set. I step over his yoga mat. So I'm literally straddling like this, and I take 245s. He grabs my arm and he goes, "You get one."
Whoa! Is he
And
dead?
I thought that
Is he dead? Is he still alive? Oh!
It was
What?
7:15 in the morning.
No.
I thought that he was joking, like, and I looked at him. I was just like, "For real?" He was just like, "No, you get one. You get one." And I was just like, "All right, man." And I put them both back, and he was just like, "And I'd appreciate if you didn't step on my yoga mat." And I look at it. I'm straddling both sides. I'm not fucking stepping on it. And I just walk
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
He calmly just starts going and doing his V-ups like nothing happened.
Wow.
And I'm left there. I go, now the Smith machine is done. I go and take those 45s, and I just do upright rows, and I stare at him.
Oh, rage lifting. This
The
happens to me
entire
a lot.
time.
Isn't that the best? It's kind of the best when you get in a fight at the gym and then you're like, "Ugh."
It did motivate me, but then, so I go upstairs, and I tell Becky about it. She just wakes up, and I was just like, "Yo, I think I got to go back down and beat the shit out of this
Yes,
guy. Like, I'm
yes, you
really
do.
mad." And she was just like, "You know what, babe? Like, I don't want you to do that." But she was like, "I understand why you're really upset."
It's a yell. You got to yell at him.
I took a shower, I changed in my work clothes, and I went back down into the gym on my way to work, and I looked for him,
And he wasn't there?
and he wasn't there anymore.
Have you seen him again?
Every Tuesday at 5:30 in the morning. And you know what happened? I was doing squats this week, and then he comes up and he needs to use weights from my rack.
And what'd you say?
And
You
he
get
looks
one?
at me and he was just like, he's done this a couple of times, like being showy, being like, excuse me, can I use this? While motherfuckers are working out. It's so annoying that somebody would do this. So then I'm doing it, and he goes like this, and I just look at him and I go like,
And you just send him away?
I just sent it.
And
No,
does he
and
go
then
away?
no, he went and got. I was like, it's okay to use the weight, but
Oh,
don't
like, go
fucking
ahead.
talk to me.
I would have had such a hard time, and he says, "Don't step on my yoga mat."
It was
Not
insane.
Picking it up and throwing it, going there. Now I won't step on it.
7:15 in the
I'm ready
morning.
to fight right now, dude.
I know, that was crazy.
My boiled blood is coming out of my head.
I've run this through every person that I've talked to. Like, this is a real am I the asshole situation. Nobody said that it was my fault.
Nobody.
So
Zero.
I want to know how this guy has lived life. Like, because if he's that bold.
So you know the voice that I have in my head where I'm like, this sucks, this isn't good enough, I'm a loser. He just doesn't have that
At all.
He goes in and goes, I get 8 squat plates, I get both racks. I'm the lord of the, like those people exist and they're really scary. I'm really nervous. Alyssa's here, I think. But wow, that's crazy. I had one time where I was shooting around in a gym in Chicago. And it's like just me and another guy, and I'm shooting and shooting and shooting. This one probably I was the asshole. So I switched.
So I call this guy a fat piece of shit.
No, he was a hipster, glasses, and he's shooting around but with headphones on. So I shoot like an NBA 3. I swish it. It's a very far shot. That's part of the story. So it's going through fast, and I'm like, yo, because it's like gonna drill him in the face, but he doesn't hear it because he's got headphones on, and it just drills his glasses. And then he's like, what the fuck, man? And I said, watch out. I said, maybe take your headphones out. And he was like, what? And I was like, run. Because I'm like, you don't shoot with headphones on because then you get drilled in the face.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, which hoop are you shooting at? I'm like, all of them. I'm running around. I guess I'm the asshole on that one. But
No, I think that there's an expectation that you might get hit with a basketball if there's somebody else on there.
Yeah.
He can't be mad at you. He's mad because his fucking glasses got hit.
I can't remember any now, but I've had some no, I'm using that like across the gym. And you're like, no, you're not, bitch.
Bro.
Like, good luck.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is that if you would have been like, giving him like, is this okay? Can I grab this?
I could have done that.
That's the only. But his reaction was insane.
But in my mind,
he could have just said, "Hey, I'm gonna be using those. Sorry, dude."
But he also, so he has 225s on there, and there were 35s and 25s. I could have made change. He could have been he could have made 45s, right? And he's already taking 4 of the 45s. So I thought that this was a nice thing. I should have given some sort of non-verbal hand signaling. But also, nobody does that with me.
Ugh.
It was weird.
Brutal.
I still want to
Fight him to the death.
I want to fucking murder him.
Not to the death, but fight him for sure.
And he's
Or yell at
walking
him.
by while I'm pushing my son all the time, and I just want to be like, bro, if you would have met me 3 or 4 years ago when I was really mad and I didn't have a kid, I would have lost my fucking mind.
Get our guest. All right, welcome back to Get Ripped or Die Trying. I got to know which camera to look obnoxiously into. Welcoming to the pod, she's a comedian sorry.
Jesus.
She's one of those ladies, a gal. She's done the Boston Comedy Festival
Wow.
and
Stop.
Edinburgh and the one that was out in Portland before I ruined her life and impregnated her. Welcome to the show, Alyssa Wolff.
Yeah.
So we filled you in.
It is good to be here.
Don't talk. First of all, this is an intervention. You put on a lot of weight the last 8 months. What is going on?
No one knows for sure. I do like doing the weight gain bits with the nurses in the doctor's office because of course every time you go you gain weight. I don't know what they expect to see, and then I'm like, oh, haha, but it's a joke because the baby's gonna be 30 pounds. And the nurse is always like, ha, shut up. I hate my life.
Well, we filled you in on the Will gym enemy story. I often get into mini altercations to help me rage lift, and
The gym's a scary place.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't go that often, but when I go, it's scary.
Well, people have different conceptions of it, right? Because you hear some people and they're like, oh, everybody at the gym is nice to each other, gym culture and stuff, but
I've never experienced that.
you guys think that it's always a hostile place?
Yeah, it's like kill or be killed.
Well, there's always the, hey, can I work in with you on these? So you don't have to even switch anything. The guy's like, oh, I got 6 more sets. And you go, fuck your life. I want to do some sets. What are you doing? I hate that you're staring at the phone. Mm-hmm. Actually, my best gym burn of all time was when the guy was like, hey, are you using those? And I didn't mean to do this, but I go, no, I'm done warming up.
Wow.
And they were 90s. I was like,
You didn't mean to do
I
that.
swear to God, I'm not smart enough to have a good enough line. I was like, you can use those, bro. And then I just moonwalked out of the gym.
I feel like the gym, I mean, this was like a concept for a while, right? Is that like women had to have like separate gyms because it was like so aggressive and so scary. And like, I mean, on my best, most fit day, like I'm a gym 3, like, and I'm still getting attacked in the gym. So I'm like, cause there's so much testosterone and there's so much like, I gotta like prove it. But Noah reminded me of the story. I used to work out at the New York Sports Club on the Upper West Side, which was like really crummy, rundown, like couple level, like bare bones gym.
And is it like a lot of cardio or like a lot of lifters? What's the style of gym goer?
It's more cardio, or it was at the time. I don't know if it's changed, but it's definitely more cardio. It was a lot of like, your after work moms and dads, like just trying to get in a quick sweat. But like in that way that was like kind of refreshing because like no one was being that competitive. Like it was just like go in,
easy
get
vibes.
your heart rate up, go home.
Everybody take it
Have
easy.
some like grilled chicken and just calm the fuck down.
Losers.
Yeah, basically losers.
Nobody getting gains.
I walked in and I was like, this is my vibe. I used to actually...
The treadmills just faced the wall, by the way.
Yeah, wall.
There was
Just a
one that
wall.
you just went in. It was ground floor, no windows,
That's
just
the one
faced the
I was
wall.
on, yeah. And there was a long time where I worked out there where I was unemployed and I did the midday like workout classes that are like silver sneakers for like old people. It was the best. It was like I was like the best in the class. It was just like, yeah.
And they have that like stock photos of that one guy rollerblading. And then there's one guy like shooting around in a sweatshirt that they shot those photos in like 92 and they
Those
haven't
were
updated
aspirational
anything.
for me. Those I was like, maybe one day I'll shoot a
You
basketball.
see the outline of the guy's dick. He's just in spandex. You're like, all right.
The Upper West Side is like permanently stuck in 1992. It's fucking
Yeah,
shit.
it is. Or like some like now they're putting in a Panera. I'm like, this is a bummer of a neighborhood.
Panera was the cool shit to have in 99.
Yeah, it's like go get your ears pierced at Claire's and pick up a sandwich from Panera. But yeah, this guy got on the treadmill next to me. We're both facing a wall. And a woman gets on next to him and she takes a phone call, which like this we're going back like 10 years. So like
So she's to the right of him or she's in between you guys?
he's in the middle of the two
Okay.
of us. This is like before people like even took like Bluetooth calls. Like she's just on her phone and she's screaming. Like she's talking so loud. And I kind of look at the guy like who's also reading a physical newspaper and then throwing pages as he's done, just like behind him. And I'm like looking at him like, haha, like sure is annoying. Like wish she could be more like cool people like us who are quiet at the gym. And he takes that as encouragement to intervene. And he just starts screaming at her. He's like he's probably 60. He's like, talk louder! Like yelling at her to the point where they both get off the machines. He's like looking at me like, you told me with your eyes to get involved and now you should get involved. And I'm just like at the brick wall, just like walking, like, how do I get out of this? Like, I don't want to, she's screaming back at him. She's like, my mom is dying and like whatever. He's like, so don't go to the gym. I'm like so mad, mad.
There was one, this might have been the same or a different time. There was a lot of phone talking on various New York sports clubs. But one girl was like, blah, 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 blah. And I literally am like, I think I was like, get off your phone. And then she goes, that's my grandmother. She's dying. I'm like, I hope she dies. Like, I was like, I hope she dies today, and I hope you're next. Like, I don't care. I'm like, so get
that's
off
like
the
a
treadmill.
weird that's like a weird like instinctual thing that people do, I think, where they're like, oh, but like you don't understand, like this is like an important sentimental call. And it's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, why are you working out?
Take it not on the elliptical thing.
Like that's actually made it weirder. Like
Yeah.
that you're like taking this like very important call that like your mom has been diagnosed with whatever and you're like, but I gotta get my steps in. Like that's so weird.
I have a theory about those people. I don't think they're actually talking. There is anybody on the other end of that line. No, this makes it even weirder. But I think that they're straight up doing it for attention. Like something
interesting.
isn't going on in their lives. So like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I'm gonna have a serious fucking phone call or a loud phone call to make it seem like I'm cool and I have have shit going on.
Just to like get some human interaction for
Yep.
today. That's
Yep.
sad.
They want you to yell at them.
Yeah.
That's dark.
That's like extreme amounts of empathy. I'm like, oh no.
I had a guy recently. I was just like, "Are you using that?" And he was like, "Maybe mid crunch or something." And he was like,
Mid crunch.
He's
Who's doing
mid-crunch.
crunches?
I did crunches today. So
Did you? Shows.
waited.
tell.
I also like how the name of your show is like Get Ripped.
That you're reading into that. No one else thinks that. Nobody else.
Feels like a divide.
It's just called like before and after. Like,
It's like try hard or
don't try that. But I was like, "Are you using that machine?" And the guy's like, "I'm not using it." And I was like, "Wait, I got yelled at for being considerate." So there's just dickheads all around.
I
you know?
never ask.
I just use it.
No, I just never like. I'll just do something else. That's how sheepish I am. That's why
Oh,
it hurt
really?
me so bad.
Yeah, you're
that
trying
this
to
guy
be-
got so
yeah.
mad at. I really go above and beyond to be considerate.
Yeah.
I will stay away. I just don't want the gym is your time. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a
I
bad
don't like
feeling
asking either.
when you're trying to do the right thing and you get yelled at, which has happened to me. Like, I was in basketball camp, and
We're getting
Tobin
back.
Anderson, who's the coach that brought FDU past Purdue this last year.
Okay.
Now he's a coach of Iona. Gave some talk,
yeah.
and he's walking out of the gym with Howard Garfinkel, who started 5-star basketball camp.
The number of names coming at us.
A lot of name drops, and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares.
Was it Wayne Garfinkel?
Yeah. It was Bert Herbstein and John Finkelstein, and you're like, who?
I'm like,
I loved his collabs with Paul Simon. What a good time.
So we're doing this competition, like shooting drill, and they've just gassed us up. They're like, you got to go hard if you want to get better. You got to go 100%, blah, 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 be competitive. So they're like, all right, start. But then he walks out with this old dude, like, under my hoop. But I'm like, I thought we were supposed to start. So I shoot the ball, and it misses and almost hits Garfinkel. And then Tobin Anderson is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He goes, what are you, a fucking idiot, Noah?
you're like, yes.
I know, but it's like,
That's also such a bad one because you're standing there and you've already let the ball go and you're like, I'm dumb.
I'm like, I don't think I should shoot this, but at the same time,
You wanted to win the
I want to
shooting
win
drill?
the shooting drill because everybody's getting all sorts of prizes.
And now in this story, you are 37 years old?
No. 16, 17. Another time I run into the station, this is just going to be stories about basketball. And at 5-star, the big clapping, run in, clap it up, you get all sorts of awards. Great. I was at Eastern Invitational Basketball Camp, and I run in, I go, the coach goes, what do you think, this is cheerleader camp? And I'm like, sorry, I had a good attitude. I'm like, I didn't want to clap. They told me to clap at the other place. Like I'm not a natural clapper. I've been trained.
Like clapping like a seal.
Just hate that feeling.
Yeah. That is a good feeling, though, when people call you out. Like when you're already embarrassed and then someone calls you out for it. That's
Yeah.
a nice feeling.
But you're
that
like,
makes you feel good.
I didn't even want to do this. You wanted to do this, and now I'm like the idiot. Why don't we play a clip and then marinate on and make fun of it a little bit?
All right, that's it.
You look fantastic, by the way, Alyssa.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
You really are glowing. You look pregnant,
Sweating
though.
bullets.
Not too bad for a 50-year-old, huh? Actually, 51. What do you want, hon?
Over that way, dear.
Over here? In the truck?
And the truck's good.
Somebody forgot to put the tailgate down. Next time, put the tailgate down.
Well, welcome to the show.
That is you. That is just if you could grow a real beard like that,
Yeah.
first of all, picking up something so heavy, but also not being just being in a button down, not being phased at all, and then being sort of mad, passive aggressive. Someone should have put the tailgate down.
Do you because Noah, I don't know if the listeners really can fathom how fucking insanely strong he is. Do you
Very strong.
like having super strong husband? Is that it's asset, right?
I would say so. I mean, I think that we take it for granted now in my house, but I do feel it's a very helpful thing, and he is really strong. He's but I mean, Compared to what? I don't know. But he is strong.
She doesn't. I would say you don't utilize my strength. You're a big like.
Well, he's all broken in
2
pieces.
watermelons, 19 blocks, Trader Joe's, just like
Yeah, like
trapped out.
who do you think is stronger, me or you?
With this
Pound for
particular, this, there's nobody stronger than you in the universe. This one,
The farmer's carry.
Farmer's carry.
Okay, if I was on World's Strongest Man
Yeah.
with Magnus Magnuson and all those guys,
Yeah.
and I would fail at everything except for the farmer's
like
carry.
those
I
two
have seen
torpedoes.
the Trader Joe's
Yeah.
bag that you be bringing home, and it is like it's a Noah-sized bag of groceries. It's big as fuck.
Like people don't believe, and then I'm like, oh, like especially when I'm not pregnant, I'm like, that's like 12-block walk, 15-block walk. Who cares? Like just you have to do it. Like you have to punish yourself with the pain of carrying the groceries. That's how you know
Yeah.
you've actually saved $50.
It's as hard. It's as hard. It's the 3rd hardest athletic event I've ever done. It's 15 blocks.
Yeah, and then I bring you to like help me because
Harder
he's
than a
supposedly
marathon.
strong. And like we go 3 blocks and he's like, this is too much.
I'm gonna get an Uber.
Well, like her eyes light up. She sees like she's like, seltzer, watermelon, canned goods. She like loads up. I'm like, this is the heaviest bag on the planet.
Yeah, because I thought, oh, like I'm bringing Noah. He's supposedly really strong.
Yeah.
Let me get some of the stuff that I don't normally buy when it's just me. No, my normal 14 gallons of milk and like 17 cans of chickpeas. And then I'm like, oh, Noah's here. We can get seltzer.
I feel like I should have been maybe a strongman / competitive eater and been the first like the Bo Jackson of
Yeah.
I think
eating
you
and
could have been
lifting.
and you could have been a football left tackle.
I know
If you like,
that one. It's like if you're
No.
gonna get CTE, play football. I just went head injury only. You know what I mean?
I feel like football would have been a mistake for you.
I don't know, dude. 6'7", we could have easily get him up to 330. Like, Mike was a big tackle boy too.
Yeah.
I wish I would have played basketball.
Wow.
I'm broken, man. My whole body.
That's
I'm
what I
pretty
mean. Like
broken,
the
too.
number
That's
of
what I'm saying.
injuries that he has just from basketball. Like I just feel like football is like,
Yeah,
A bridge too far.
yeah. And Noah had a lot of rage.
that
Like
would have been good.
no. By the time I met him, I would have been like, oh no.
I've never seen like actual serious rage face Noah.
Yeah, I know. I came to you with such a fully formed product. You know,
You really, I mean,
worked
like
on it.
you did. You really worked on it.
Thank you. You've worked on stuff too. You've been doing
I
great.
had a lot of rage.
Yeah, I don't think you have rage. I think, yeah, you do. Okay. It's not directed at me.
Not usually. But you're bigger than me, so I'm like smart. Like it's like a forest animal. It's like, like you can have a lot of rage as a squirrel, but you're not gonna like take it out on a bear. Like
She did hit. She hit another car one time. She's driving my car. It was like a slow merge. She's just like, no.
was I right though? I was right.
But then all of a sudden you just hear like, and I'm like, you hit them. What the fuck?
And he probably learned his lesson.
Let's watch another. We're trying a new feature where we kind of integrate the clips in. Oh yeah, this guy's fantastic.
Wow.
Jeff Dabe, and he has some serious meat paws. Although it may seem like Jeff has some sort of genetic disorder, he's actually been tested by scientists and just naturally has some really large hands. Jeff also does professional arm wrestling, and he's an absolute monster. And Jeff holds the world record for the largest ring at size 30. And I already know his wife is extremely happy.
Just like he fists her, or everybody's thinking, let me see the
Fingers are the
penis.
side of everybody's dick.
I know, but I'm saying, let me see the penis.
It'd be great
I
if
wanna
he had
see
a
it.
tiny dick.
I feel like his dick is not that big.
It's like all like swollen. He just looks swollen. It's not like an attractive look.
It's a.
Do you like that?
Dude,
That's
like,
your
just
dream
like
model?
a big meaty paw.
I don't.
Is that something that they sit around and talk about with the girls?
Never. But it's like one of those things where it's like, but you don't want a little hand.
No, you don't.
You don't want a little hand.
It's like,
And you
do
don't want,
women
like,
sit
a
around thinking about how they're going to get thumbed tonight? It's not.
That's what I mean. It's
That's
like
what he's doing.
Ugh, like Italian sausages, like friggin'
I don't want to be
nasty.
mean to this guy because he's like a human, but
Sure.
it's really gross. It really grosses me out when he's ripping that. Like
The melon.
he's just like, let me rip you some lettuce and a melon.
Well, it's literally the scene from Seinfeld. It's literally
That's
mayonnaise. Like, did you want some bread? And like just like cuts to that guy's hands.
You got something on your face.
That's like my Uncle John. He's a car mechanic, and like he has like a ridge right here. His hands are like his palms are the size of like fucking grapefruits, and they're always like super like scraggly and stuff. It's off-putting when he shakes your hand. I don't like it.
I don't mind like shaking someone's hand or whatever, but like hands in general, like I'm a little skeeved. Like it's like hands and feet. I don't like fingers and toes. Very weird.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to get into that.
You like my toes when I rub it on a nice cold.
So freaking
I
nasty.
like to rub my toes on like a nice cold coffee table. It's my favorite. Just like get it right in between
I
the
threw
toes.
out the coffee table. I was like, enough. You can't do this anymore. You can't. It's disgusting. If he was in the studio by himself, he would be like rubbing his toes on this like on the mic
this thing right
stand.
here in between the toes would be awesome.
It's disgusting.
I had a lady in the elevator tell me that I have pretty feet while I was wearing slides, and Becky was enraged to hear
I
that.
bet. Oh yeah, Alyssa has some good like jealousy rage about like other women, but you're like, it's like times when it's like irrelevant.
Yeah.
Which I find it very flattering.
Yeah, sure.
She's like, you didn't notice the whatever, and I'm like, no, I'm an idiot. I needed you like bird dogging when I was single. I don't.
But
I don't
that's why,
see this
but
stuff.
that's why the murderous rage is like directed at whoever that woman is, but then also you. It's like I'll kill you both. I don't care.
Yeah, but I'm not flirting or anything.
Guess
I'm
what?
just.
It doesn't matter. It's your
Everybody's
fault.
got to die.
You're all gone.
There's a lady in the building that like I kind of like gropes me, and I don't know. Neither Becky and I know what to do about it. She's an older lady, and she like massages me in the gym, and she grazed my butt the
Wait,
last
what?
time I was in the elevator. Yeah,
Like you're doing. What are you doing? Then she comes up and
How
gives you a little
close is
rubby.
she?
She's not. We're not close. Like she became like a gym friend. She's like in her 60s. And she like would just be like, "Oh, you look good today," and she would just rub my shoulder, and so she like slowly groomed me. But then she has made a point like I'll like see her in the lobby, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'll fake check the mail to see if she goes," and then she'll like wait. And then make sure that we're both on the elevator together. And then last time,
Yo.
she lives on 20, we live on 28. She's like, "That's okay, I'll ride up and come back down."
What?
And then she like and my son is right here in the stroller, and she massaged me and then grazed my butt as I left. And I told Becky, and she was just like, "I don't know what we do about this." She's
I
like,
don't
"Do
know
we
what
have
you
to
do about
beat
that.
this old lady's
Wait,
ass?"
so she was like, "All right, Will, great to see you."
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I don't
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
I don't have any of that in the building, right? No,
Not in the building.
I don't have any of that anywhere.
That would really. I mean, if that was happening to me, I would like call the cops. I would be like, "We have to move."
What do you do as a 37-year-old man who's getting molested by a 60-year-old lady? Like
just
you can't
take
call
it.
the
You just take it.
You just take it.
It's different for men. You just take, all right, she's rubbing me
I
down.
don't know. That's really bad. That's bad.
It's bad. It's
All
not
right,
good.
Let's clip. Clip.
It doesn't take a fucking scientist to fucking logically understand what I'm saying. The more you put in, the more you get out. So stop fucking making excuses. Get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to reach your fucking goals.
Merman. Doesn't he like live under the sea?
No, he's the guy who's like, I do double the amount of steroids that other guys do. He's like 8-hour arm workout.
He literally is like that's like what I imagine. Like if you go like deep down where like the like fish are with the little light bulbs on their heads, and then that guy's there too, and he's just like blub blub. And he's like very swole because he like doesn't have a bottom half or whatever.
Rich Piana, man, he's the man. R.I.P. He's the best.
Oh, he's dead?
He died.
Oh, bro, he's really dead. Yeah.
Oh man,
Didn't there
now
be like
he's
a
really.
video of him in like in a hotel room just like losing his shit right before he passed away?
I don't know.
I've kept seeing that. I think it's because I'm hanging around you guys too much, and now my
Yeah.
TikTok feed is
It's
all
in
these
the algorithm.
weightlifters. Normally it's just female weightlifters, but the men have been creeping into the old algorithm. But there's like a video of him like he's delusional. And
believe that.
someone's filming like, this is scary. We got to call a doctor.
He
Oh, that's sad.
had been on steroids since he was like in his teen years because he was from a family of bodybuilders. He had the best clip of all time though, where he's eating chicken and broccoli and he goes like, "It tastes like shit." It tastes like fucking shit. And you're just laughing. He's the man.
You guys all saw me try to use the fridge and not be able to figure it out.
It was bad.
We all felt bad for you.
You used to watch World's Strongest Man growing up, right, Alyssa?
Almost exclusively. It's all we watched.
It was a great...
Are you the strongest of your siblings?
Mentally?
Mentally,
Yes.
physically, spiritually?
Physically, probably not. Mentally, definitely. I can eat the most out of all three of us. I could eat more of them than the two of them combined. I think.
You guys could have gone pro eaters together then.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
100%. Well, her brother did play minor league baseball.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean
Her
he's
sister
strong.
was a star.
He's pretty strong.
He's pretty strong. Although...
He got very into, like, he and I have such different relationships with, like, getting fit because he was a kid who was, like, skinny, great athlete, always wanted to put on weight. So, like, from a pretty young age, like, he got into, like, weightlifting and stuff like that because he wanted to be bigger. And, like, for me, like, the weight loss stuff probably started around that same time. Like, so if he started getting into, like, weightlifting and stuff, what, 9th grade, roughly? Like, that's probably around, I don't know. I'm just, like, thinking about, like, how old you are when you, like, start.
8th, 9th grade.
Yeah, I'd say, like, 13, 14, like, you start to get interested in it. And it's not, like, dangerous to your health. Like, that's probably when I started to be like, you know what? I should try and lose weight. So it's, like, weird to be like...
You went real psycho year one of college, according to you. Weight loss wise.
Like up or down?
Down is what you said, right?
No.
You were doing the like 2 eggs.
Freshman year, I was up.
Sophomore year, then you went.
That's why it's not a big deal to be pregnant, because I'm like, yeah, I've been just regular fat before. It's not great. It's like, and I wasn't like, you know, playing a sport where it was like helpful to my position. I was just fat, and then I lost a lot of weight, and then like my junior year, I was like real crazy, and I was real thin.
And what would you do?
I got up in the morning at like.
Where, at Harvard?
Yes.
Nerd.
Got up in my Harvard dorm, and it was like 6 a.m. Go to the gym, have black coffee, go to the gym, do like a full weightlifting circuit, and then 45 minutes on the stair climber.
Going hard.
Come back to the dining hall, have 3 hard-boiled egg whites and 2 grapefruit halves. Mm-hmm. Then
1 whole grapefruit.
Right, but
For
you
the
know,
listeners.
but I wasn't like
Harvard, you say.
I wasn't ripping open the grapefruit like that guy.
Everything's different in Harvard. 2 halves.
Well, because I'm trying to keep track of like what I, you know, like you're like thinking back on like what.
It reminds me of the Requiem for a Dream diet. Whenever you describe it, it reminds me of that, like, you know that scene where it's like she's on speed?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's just like 1 egg, 1 grapefruit. 1 egg, 1 grapefruit.
Yeah.
6
kinda like that.
hard-boiled egg white thirds.
I mean,
3/16 of a glass of juice.
I was just like thinking about the visual image of it because I'm like, I don't do that now. But then I would have a salad for lunch and like maybe some apple slices in the afternoon. Then I would go back to the gym.
Hardcore.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Go back to the gym, do something like light, like some light cardio. What? Then like come back, have dinner with my friends. I'd have like a veggie burger, like plain, no bun, with some steamed broccoli. That's pretty much it. And then I would go drink.
And then late night pizza when you were.
No.
So you would just drink vodka,
Discipline.
pop off vodka sodas, and then just go to sleep.
Guys,
like
I'm
on an
telling
empty
you,
stomach?
I looked great. I fit into pants no one could have predicted me fitting into.
But then your family like gave you shit about it, yeah? And then you were
Yeah.
like, okay, wait, I do have a problem.
Well, because I had been like on like a weight loss grind that summer, and I had always been like a Weight Watchers person, so I like did Weight Watchers, and I was like, but like very, you know, like there's sliding scales with those programs. It's like, you know, obviously it's calorie cutting, so like the more calories you cut, like the more weight you're gonna lose, especially if you're like 21 years old and working out twice a day. But like that summer, I wasn't that crazy. I kind of like did it the way you were supposed to follow the program, and I lost probably 12 pounds, which is still a lot of weight to lose like in a summer, but like
You did it healthily.
yeah, I did it the right way.
A normal pace, yeah.
I was like being normal. I was like, you know, I don't know, I had a routine. And then I got to school and I was like, oh, like I could like double down on this
And go nuts.
and go real hard. So then like if I went back to school in September, having lost some weight and like looking pretty good, by the time I came back from my cousin's wedding, like that first weekend of November, I had probably lost like another 15 pounds.
So you really lost a lot of weight.
It was like 30 pounds in like, yeah, probably like 4 months, 5 months.
That's a lot.
But then all these people who are giving you crap your whole life, oh, you should lose weight. You lost weight. And then they were like, too much weight.
Yeah, of course.
Which is the ultimate, like, I had that in my life too.
And I'm saying like I look good, like I legitimately look good. I didn't.
Yeah, but did the boobs shrink?
Not really. Not really. I mean, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't like.
Wow. Sounds awesome. And how old
It
were
was
you?
awesome. I didn't look like. I was by no means like underweight. You know what I mean? Like I just. No one had ever seen me at that weight, so people were like, "Oh, you're too skinny." But I wasn't actually.
But it got a little obsessive for you, yeah?
Oh, for sure.
Dude, I know that he's canceled, but like I really respected the Jonah Hill. He said like, "Can everybody please stop talking about my body?" He's like, good or bad, just stop talking about it, because like it just has, no matter what you say, it impacts me.
Yep.
And it's like, I just want, when I go through a transformation, I don't want somebody to be like, oh, you look great, because then they're subtly implying that like I
You
look
look
like
bad.
a tub of shit and that they judge me about. Like I would rather have like just strangers just take me in.
I'm very thoughtful about that now, like with my own friends and people I know, like it's just like a thing that I learned being on the other side of it. I'm like, you actually don't have to say anything, or you could be like, I love your outfit, like you look really nice today. Like you can just give someone a compliment that's like not directed, even if they're like working on losing weight. It's really like not something that needs to be like called into the conversation.
I always like hearing I look good, but then I don't want any comments on the other side of it. But there's a guy at
well, of course, no one wants that.
when I do Princeton games, there's this old guy who every time comes in and goes, man, this guy used to look great. Look at him now. Looks like he basically like every time comes up, goes, no, you look like shit. So then one time I go, hey, I'll bleep his name. Hey, you're old as shit. I just said that to him. And he always kind of limps his ass in there, and he's a weird guy himself. But I was just kind of like, I know I'm not as skinny as I was when I played here. They used to make me exercise 4 hours a day.
I mean, I don't know if you remember this, but
nuts.
you were doing, or we went to that game that Kuntz was coaching in New Jersey, and that like old
that
cranky
ref.
ass who was also fat came up to you and was like, yeah, I remember you in your playing days, like you were a lot thinner. How is that a helpful comment?
Yeah, so he said that to me, and it was
and
like...
you like brushed it off. You were like,
well,
whatever.
the reason why is because my deep dislike of refs. And this is a guy I probably was terrible to in high school as a player, and he just like, oh, let me get him back. And it just made me be like, I was right about you, buddy. You're going to come up to a guy and go, oh, you're fatter than you were when you were 16? Like, you piece of shit.
I mean, but I would say like in my like early 20s, mid 20s, like literally like just innocuous comments that people would make, like especially, I mean, I did get really fat senior year again, so it really came full circle for me.
It's only right.
Yeah, of course. I mean, by that point, it's like
senior year.
It's like I'm sitting here, I'm like 38 weeks pregnant. I'm like, oh, like I'm not gonna have coffee cake. Like it's over. It's happening, you know. Like, but like there was a very long period of my life where like the smallest comment, even if someone didn't mean it that way, would really like. It would just stay with me for like weeks and months, and like, you know, you're like punishing yourself, and I'm like, so in the off chance that someone is like feeling that way, I like avoid that whole thing. Like I just like don't need to.
Yeah, I did it to our friend the other day when she came in.
Did.
But we had been eating Chopped together and really talking about it. So that's the only reason I went for it. Like, we had a bit like, let's eat salads together. So, but as I was doing it, I was like, I wouldn't do this unless I knew she was like.
But even still, I just like avoid it altogether, because I just feel like it's the kind of thing where you're like, you know what, like you're on your own journey, and there's gonna be days when you're heavier or lighter and whatever. Like,
I have a friend who lost a lot of weight. Like she lost like 100 pounds, right? And had been big pretty much her entire adult life, and her dad comes home, and it's kind of like this reveal, like, because they haven't seen her in a while. She lost a lot of weight in like 6 months, probably not that healthily. And her dad said, "I'm so proud of you." And completely fucking fucked her head up, wrecked her, because he's not the type to say that type of shit about anything. And it's just like, yeah, dude. It's like, I know where his head was at and thinking that that's a nice thing to say. But if you don't say that about anything else in somebody's life, it's like, whoa, like now it shows where you put the value.
Yeah.
And it's those situations where I'm just like, I'm just proud when people are happy with whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, if somebody comes to me with a goal, it's just like, I just want you to be happy, dude. That's the end thing. I'm trying to be more sensitive too about talking about like how myself in the past, like, I don't like referring to myself as fat or a tub of shit. Something.
Yeah.
I was just a guy that was hanging out.
Man, listen, manifest it, right? We're gonna do it. I agree with you. We've been changing our language about ourselves.
Well, that's really good. I mean, I feel like Noah and I do this where, like, even when we just talk about like what we want out of our like future, and it's like, I just like want to be in good shape. I want to like do stuff that's like fun. Like, I don't want to be like winded after walking upstairs. I don't want to like, I want to wear clothes that make me feel good. Like, it's like things that like will contribute to the fun of my life, but will not be like the only thing in my life.
Yes.
Like, I can't be eating, 3/3 of an egg white and, like a grapefruit and then expecting that I'm going to be a cool person to be around. Like, I'm not going to be a fun version of myself. Like, that's going to suck. Like, that is not.
And what about your drinking, Alyssa? Because I understand you used to drink a lot, and you used to go. Where would you go to the creek and have a beer shot to start the night?
Ooh, yes. That sounds great to me right now, honestly.
When I met you, when your stand-up career was thriving, before I ruined it.
Before you really shut things down for me.
Wasn't that your routine on a Friday? You'd have like 6 shows.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, I'm asking you to tell.
Oh, I mean, yes, you've already told it.
I'll just keep telling the whole story.
Well, you already told it. I mean, yes, I would. Well, I didn't have any money.
No, broke.
So
Loser.
honestly, like, not having money is a good way to lose weight, right? Because I was exclusively eating eggs.
That's
and,
nice. Beer shots.
But yeah, like, turns out if you buy like 3 or 4 beer shot combos, like, they'll give you the 5th for free. So, like, and I didn't have money for dinner.
I used to go $25. You get the $2 PBR. You get it for $2. You tip $1. Mm-hmm. You got 6 with 18. You got 8 with 24. You got $1 left for dollar pizza. Yeah. Easy money.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point where Allison, Labby, and I were living like 7 blocks apart. So it was great because we would go do a bunch of shows and like get some drinks, whatever. And then we were coming back to the same neighborhood. So like, we also saved money by not taking a cab because we could
hang out,
take the subway home together and have a hang and like maybe get like a bodega beer for the ride home. But like food was like not high on the budget list.
I'm so jealous. There were girls at my school that were just like, what are we doing, drinking or eating? And I was just like, well, we're doing both.
Yeah.
Because we gotta like eat and drink. I never that's a very disciplined thing.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wasn't perfect about it, but like for the amount of, I mean, back when I was working out like that, it didn't matter, right? Like I could have eaten more, because I was like.
Well, I think one of the challenges we have is that when we met, from my perspective, I go, oh, great, the greatest drinking buddy of all time, and we had periods of just. Should we have the most fun ever? Like, it's snowing outside, snow day, 3 bottles of red wine, like.
No, yeah, but also
no
like,
problem.
I mean, you and I have talked about this too, but I'm like, I could never have been with someone who didn't enjoy food in the way I enjoy food. Like, and like, Will, I know you're the same way. It's like, you have to like, yes, you can be disciplined Sunday through Friday or whatever your schedule is, but if we're going out to dinner because we want to do something fun, even before we had the baby, it's like, you got to be enjoying the food in the way I'm enjoying it. If you're going to take me to like the world's best Italian restaurant and you're going to get like a piece of fish with no sauce
you're
and
an asshole.
then I can't
but also not want to be forklifted out of my house. That was the kind of two ends where I felt the same way.
Both
I was
extremes.
like,
It's
oh,
like,
you like want to have
But
fun.
that's something that you get better. Like Becky and I talk about all the time. In your 20s, you just order excessive, like as you're getting cash. But then in your 30s, it's like you're a little bit more comfortable with the amount of money that you have, right? And you're more targeted in ordering the best shit. So instead of just piling like pancakes on the table, you have the pancakes on the table for brunch, but like you're gonna get the best things on the menu because you have taste.
Yeah, and you kind of know like there'll be another day. Like
be another day.
Back then, it's like whoa, now all of it. You know
Or I'm
what I
gonna
mean?
drink like 3 margaritas, or I have to try every cocktail on the menu. It's just like, no, I like mezcal right now. I'm gonna go for that drink, and then I'm gonna have a beer after, like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Like that's the shit that I'm on.
yeah, I feel that.
Uno
We
mas.
got, and I think we have 3 more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Oh yeah. What do you think about this?
He's a hot guy. Great body.
I like that.
Yeah.
For the people, am I muted?
No, you're good.
It's a guy in an ice bath, fully submerged, breathing through a straw.
It's
I think
actually
he
pretty
hangs out
dope.
for 5 minutes.
That's sick.
Look at his hand. His hand looks dead.
But like, why do that and have the knee out?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like head in, knee out. He's completely numb and on another planet. This seems really dangerous.
Someone's got a shotgun him, right? Just blow a little rip of weed in that straw.
All right, we've seen enough of this. Alyssa, ice bathing? You gonna ice bath with me after the baby?
Have you done the cold shower thing that Noah is frequently doing?
No, but I do an occasional ice roll on my face, which is really nice.
You do?
Nice, right?
I do an ice roll. I do.
You do look young, by the way. And the other thing you do a good job of health-wise is you put on like SPF 90 and a fucking
And a
shirt.
beekeeper suit.
Yeah, a beekeeper suit in the sun. You're like,
No, it's like, it's raining outside. I'm like, can't be too close.
yeah, you look like Jackie Onassis with the big sunglasses. I'm like, duck
Yeah, well,
down.
that's also for paparazzi.
What's the word I'm looking for? The Muslim outfit with the little eyes. Yeah, you put a burqa on, you're at the beach, you're like reading your magazine.
Yeah, well, I skin cancer is one of those things that I'm like, this feels like,
Feels real.
it does feel real, and it feels like I'm inching closer. And I was a lifeguard for a number of summers where I definitely did not do that. And I'm like, I feel like I've already used up my hours. You know what I mean? Like, I can't go back. So that is true. But, and the reason I look young is because I am very young.
Oh, yeah.
So you might be confused about that. I don't know. Ice bathing, like, I don't think that's anything. I mean, if your knee hurts and you need to put it in an ice bath, like, yeah, sure. But I don't think you need to, like, submerge your whole head. That's not anything.
Well, I bought that, so.
He's actually not even in an ice bath. He's in a cooler.
He's in the cooler. He's like, put the beers in.
It's like, I mean,
It'd be excited if he funneled a beer while underwater.
Mike's going to be like, that guy is also dead.
Oh, every clip we play, they're dead.
That's the new, because it's die trying. I get it. Yeah.
Here, try one more.
Oh, yeah, this is
I
kind
think
of
this
a
is the last one.
gross
Oh,
one.
this is
Oh, is it?
Jesus.
One of the main reasons only wild salmon, farm-raised salmon, is loaded with parasites. And in order to deal with this problem, they are doused regularly with pesticides and antibiotics. If that's not bad enough, they are fed low-quality salmon kibble pellets that contain large quantities of soy, corn, wheat, and leftover fish heads from the fishing industry. If it couldn't get any worse, oftentimes these outbreaks spread easily to migrating juvenile wild salmon. So not only are these poor fish locked into tiny fish farms, they are also fed a diet of glyphosate-ridden veggies and grains, and the fisheries wonder why up to 50% of the farmed fish die each year. So next time you're in that sushi
sounds
spot,
bad.
think twice about getting that farm-raised salmon. Get the wild salmon if they have it. Most places don't even have it anymore, unless you're at Erewhon.
Okay.
Unless you're there, Juan.
I don't know what the end meant.
The guy looks like a salmon.
Damn it, producer Mike with the best joke of the show.
Sorry.
No, we love it. I just heard or read that we used to crush Trader Joe's salmon, number one. And I used to.
Yeah, now we're riddled with parasites. Oh, no.
But
See what I'm saying? He's so sickly.
I read or heard that like they crossbreed that farm salmon with eels, and they make these like eel salmon fish, and I got really
they're
grossed
longer
out.
and they can sell more of it.
Yeah.
Really
Wow.
long, and
Really
it's just really long eels right in my mouth.
It's like
and,
that video I just sent you in Chinatown where the eel just like hops out of the
Oh,
barrel
it's
and like
disgusting.
tries to like slither away.
Just like loose on the street. It's like
and then some white guy is like points
You
to
lost
it.
your eel.
there's an eel. By the way, Alyssa is very intelligent and as we said, Harvard
Full
educated.
sentence.
Nothing makes her laugh harder than these dumb TikToks where somebody falls over. She's like, and you're literally like, that's it.
Because I was brought up on America's Funniest Home Videos, and so my brain has been conditioned to the point where like there is nothing funnier than grandma falls down the stairs. It's like, and we're like filming her on Christmas morning, and it's like this like old lady in a heap on the bottom of the stairs, and we're like,
I can't describe it. She screams 3 times out loud watching a fall down video, but I'm basically off. I'm off salmon since I read that eel thing, and it actually it just really grosses me out. But when you look at it in the store, one's like a big puffy pink thing, and the other is like a flat red thing. The wild one. Do you know what I mean? I'm off that.
It's a complicated. So I'm trying to I'm okay with eating fish and poultry. I'm not sure if I'm okay with eating pig and beef as much anymore.
What? Fuck you.
I hate it about myself too. Like
I'm on that beef, dog.
I love it, but like then I just think
I don't
about
eat beef.
cows and pigs. I don't have that much
Alyssa doesn't
empathy
eat
for a
beef or chicken.
bird.
yeah, I don't eat chicken.
You just eat fish,
I mean,
pork.
Can I tell the audience what you actually eat?
exclusively eat carbs.
What you actually eat? No. Here's
Yeah,
what
what
Alyssa
is
actually
Alyssa
eats.
I have
eat?
salads.
At home, healthy food is enormous salad with one
It's the Elaine Bennett's
Burnt-
big salad.
the
It's
big
the big
salad.
salad. Yeah.
burned to a hockey puck veggie burger, like blackened, and she forklifts the salad into her mouth like just so like bays of hail
She's
bays.
hungry.
Hay bales. What am I trying to say? That's one version of eating. Other version of eating, Italian food.
Pizza.
Pizza, pasta.
Pizza's delicious.
But
Yeah.
like there's no chicken, there's no steak.
I can't eat chicken.
Salmon is out at this point a little bit, or is
Yeah,
it just
salmon's
fine?
out.
It's still
No,
in.
I don't eat
What
a lot
is the
of
protein?
fish.
Fish.
I mean, I'll eat a piece of fish, but it has to be I won't get like Trader Joe's fish and eat that. I can't. It's like not. It's a
'Cause people are
texture
like-
thing actually. Like I like chicken. I just haven't eaten for
But
a
it's
long
borderline
time.
like, what does Alyssa eat? I'm like, I don't know. She's allergic to shellfish.
I know, that's
There's
a
a lot of
bummer.
foods that are just out.
I would eat
Out.
shellfish, but that I can't anymore. And
Shellfish doesn't gross you out.
it doesn't. Well, like no, not really. Like a grilled shrimp, that's nice.
It's grilled shrimp is nice.
But I don't. It's also partially because we live in an apartment, and so like preparing this food, like you're limited in how you can prepare it. So like, Noah makes his like ground beef on the stovetop, and I'm like, it's like dog food, right? It's like you're like, here's your slop, like come get your.
Do you think making food for Noah has made you hate all food?
I make him like a tub of.
Well, tell him about the grill pan.
You accidentally put it on the floor. You're like, yeah, sorry.
I'm like, here you go, just like flinging at him.
Tell about the grill pan.
have this, like-
Before the baby came and I didn't matter anymore, there was the grill pan.
I have a grill pan, because I was thinking, like that'll be better. Like if I put like a protein on the grill pan, like that will make it more appealing to me. And like my sister used to live down the hall from us. She comes over and I was like making like steaks for you or something. But they were like
steaks and chicken. You had,
I had both. I was like
a couple
hibachi night.
ribeyes.
And
She had
Samantha
the
comes
chef
over.
hat on and did the accent,
Yeah, I did.
which I thought was
very offensive. And she's like, oh my God, are you guys having people over? And I'm like, because there's like 14 pounds of meat on this. And I was like, oh no, it's just like for Noah. Like I had been so conditioned to thinking like this is a normal amount of food. But like, I don't really eat a ton of meat in general.
But then you asked me to make my meat, and it really did hurt my feelings at first.
Yeah, so mad.
And we had a weird, like, I almost like cried about it. But now I do make my own
You
meat.
got really mad.
I didn't get really mad. It actually hurt. It was like,
You told me
oh,
that later, but you acted mad.
I know. Well, it's
He
confusing.
told me the next day.
I was very like,
You told Will.
Sometimes you have a reaction that surprises you with your wife.
It's like when your mom is just like, "Hey, I'm not gonna pack your lunch anymore," and it's just like, "What?
Yeah, it was
the fuck?"
I was thinking about it the other day. It was very strange.
Except you're like a grown man.
I came into this relationship cooking myself. You kicked me out of the kitchen. Now you want me back in the kitchen. The point is, we're good now. I make my own meats, and I'm constantly just making meat. Guys, we're up against the clock. Oh, we're not?
Oh, yeah, I was just telling you what it was. You do whatever you want. You want to keep going, keep going. I just wanted to give you a notice.
God damn, nothing stops the momentum like saying we're up against the clock. We're not. I'll bring this to a screeching halt.
Let's do another clip.
Yeah. Did we have any? I thought
don't
we're
think
done.
we do. No,
That's it.
Sorry.
Just throw some porn up there.
Yeah.
There's already porn up there. Look at it.
Oh yeah, look at that. Anything else you want to address while you have the mic?
Now, I want to address this. You said that Noah. Were you impressed with his effort in season 1 towards the diet? Because you seem to imply at one point that he was hardly trying. Now, do you think that he gave his best effort?
I think so. When I met Noah and we started dating, he was really disciplined, like really, really disciplined. Granted, our lives were totally different. Yes. Like, he was in a position where he could be like a lot more selfish with his time and his energy. And it's like, you know, what we were doing and the foods we were eating and what, like, you just had more time and energy to put into that. It's not that I thought he put in a lot of good effort here. I just think that Noah is like, the biggest thing that I would say in terms of feedback of like what I saw this round was that.
No, thank you.
Well, we're out of time.
No.
He doesn't eat any vegetables.
Oh yeah, I stopped eating vegetables
because he just does meat and fruit.
And the reason that's even a piece of feedback
brown rice
is because Noah is such a big person and has such a big appetite, like I do, that like if you're not filling up on vegetables, I don't care if you have like 2 pounds of ground beef, like it's not gonna hold you. Yeah. So like that would be my only thing, that like if he had incorporated more veggies into it, I think it would have been a little bit more sustainable because he wouldn't have gotten so hungry. But like he always works hard and he's always trying, and I think like that's the agreement that we have, is like you can't just like not try. Like,
what are my rules? What were my prenup rules? By the way, tell the fellas.
We don't have a prenup.
No, it was unofficial prenup.
I was gonna say, first of all, if we had a prenup, it would be exclusively aimed at you.
No shit.
Yeah, but you're like, oh, like what are my prenup rules for you? I'm like, don't leave. Like, it's like, come on.
The point is that you're the one with the money around here, okay?
And all the other things as well.
Yeah. You're J-Lo, I'm the dancer. We understand that.
You're Ben Affleck with the phoenix on your back.
But in general, the rule was we have to keep having sex.
Yes,
don't cut your hair short. And both of us have to like always try to
not get forklifted out of the house.
Yeah, we can't be like on 2020. Can't be like, I drink them sodies.
You're like the new school Michael Douglas.
I like them sodies. We can't have that doctor's like, you're fat. We need to cut your stomach out.
Yeah, we can't have that Indian guy be like, you have not lost enough weight to like even qualify for this surgery.
Yeah. You're not trying, so we cannot do. That guy's savage.
Why are you so fat? Every time. Why are you so fat?
Why are you so fat? She's like, well, I'm a picky eater. I mean, the sodies thing was brutal.
You picky too much food.
Yeah. He's like, you're not picky eater. You're 700 pounds.
But like when I watch that show,
I love him.
When I watch that show for real, I mean, we don't really watch it anymore. But I'm like,
too depressing.
It's like, I could see it. Like, I'm like,
you could do it.
Oh my God, easily. Like being like, oh, like. Because once you get into that rhythm where you're like, oh, I'm having 3 fast food hamburgers, like just because they're there, and a soft serve and this, like, yeah, like why wouldn't, I mean, because there's something I think in your brain that turns, and then you're like, you're just on it. And I'm like, that is a legitimate fear, a realistic fear. I totally could do it. And I have actually done it where I've gotten so heavy and I'm like, wait, what just happened? And I'm like, I know what happened. I just did it to myself. Like, and it takes a long time to take it off.
You just got to replace the treats, as I highlighted at the beginning of the show when you weren't here with my Starbucks order. But I find you need to replace really fat treats with just like somewhat bad treats. So you still get treats in your life, because if you go down the road of like, I don't get to do anything enjoyable, and then you have to replace the fact that there's other things in life enjoyable besides drinking.
Not
Which is-
really.
yeah, I know. Can't wait till you can drink again.
Lie to yourself.
Get that baby out of you. So anyway, who's the father?
I do think that that's like something to be aware of, though, is like there's like the amount of sugar and processed stuff that like we eat in this country, even when you're like actually trying to like be as healthy as possible, it's just hard to avoid, and
It's delicious.
it's great. And I'm like, and then once it gets into your system, I mean, there are people on the planet who like it doesn't affect them as much, but like I would say it's like immediate. Like the second I have,
But we went to the mall and got
Dude, if I have
Haagen-Dazs.
fucking cereal, it's over.
that's what I'm saying. Cereal,
Yeah.
I could have a box of cereal, no problem.
But we went to Haagen-Dazs at 11:30 a.m. in the mall this weekend, because that's the type of stuff you have to do with a
But
kid.
we do really stay fit.
But this was a good example. I had that first bite, and I was like, "This
It's
is
like a
happiness.
drug.
This
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah.
This is it." And like, you could go down this, down. You could go down.
You could go down,
down
where?
there.
Where am I going?
Down to Haagen-Dazs. You
The
could go
food
right
that
down to
I can't
Haagen-Dazs.
like allow because I can't control is like sugary cereal. Like if I have Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Reese's Puffs, or Frosted Flakes, like it's a fucking wrap. Like I won't.
Yeah, we don't have cereal
control
in the
it.
house, really.
Can't do it.
We only have cereal in the house
one day.
when I'm pregnant, because it's like something that I'm actually craving and I want it. But like the second that this baby is born, it has to be banished from like a 5-block radius, because I'll just keep eating it. I'll like, there is no full with cereal. I'll just keep eating it. Frosted mini wheats,
Every part of it's enjoyable.
granola. I'm
Oh,
like, this is just
banging.
like sugary sweetness straight to my brain, and then I'll like actively feel sick. Like, there's another friend of mine who's pregnant. She's like, yeah, I can't even like really eat anymore because like I'm so pregnant. I'm like,
Fuck you.
I'm like, not relatable. I've never eaten so much in my life. And all my shame is gone. Like this morning at my office, they put out coffee cake.
Fuck
and
yeah.
And those like tiny little plates, and I'm just stacking them. It's like clearly supposed to take one piece.
You brought in your own plate. You're like, I
It's
have
like
my
a
own
Dr.
plate.
Seuss tray. I'm just like,
All right. Well, what's your name, and where can we check you out, Alyssa Wolff? Follow on
wherever. It's
Instagram.
Alyssa Wolff, everywhere.
Alyssa Wolff.
I love Alyssa Wolff.
Alyssa Wolff.
Should we have a call to action, marketer, about this show?
I mean, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Follow us to get ripped.
Or die.